Hello and welcome to this Film in 5 review from More Movies. My name's Greg Fisher, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the new comedy horror film Studio 666, which was directed by BJ McDonnell and stars Dave Grohl and his band, the Foo Fighters. Just a warning, I'm going to be talking about the story and other details from the film, so consider this a spoiler alert. Based on an idea Grohl had while recording the Foo Fighters' 10th album in a creepy old house in LA, Studio 666 is a fun what-if style horror movie that falls into the slasher and paranormal subgenres. The film starts with the band looking for inspiration before recording their 10th studio album, when their highly strung manager, played by Curb Your Enthusiasm's Jeff Garlin, suggests that the band rent a house that he knows about that would be perfectly suited to their needs. So, the Foo Fighters set up shop in the mansion, which immediately gives off creepy vibes and sinister sounds. Struggling with writer's block, Dave is desperate to find a new edge for the album, but try as he might, his efforts remain fruitless. After a few days of wrestling with his guitar, all seems like the project is doomed to fail before it has even begun, when the band's sound engineer Krug, played by Slayer guitarist Kerry King, is killed in a freak accident. The consensus in the band seems to be quit while we're behind, and deciding to cut their losses, the majority of the members get ready to leave. But not Dave. He persuades the band to stay and continue working on the project, suggesting that the album will give some meaning to the death of their colleague and act as a tribute. A little surprised and still in a state of shock, the band members decide to stick with it and give Dave the benefit of the doubt. What they don't realise is that Dave has since become possessed by some sort of evil spirit intent on completing some form of demonic musical incantation, which will result in nothing but trouble for everyone involved. So that's the setup, and what ensues is a calamity of supernatural slayings that sees each member of the band becoming more disgruntled with their situation as Dave becomes more obsessive and demonic with every hour that passes. Many of the classic horror movie tropes are wedged in for good measure, and tributes to The Evil Dead, The Exorcist, and an array of John Carpenter films are lovingly included for good measure. Speaking of Carpenter, he also makes a cameo appearance and worked on the score for the film as well. To be fair, there is no higher seal of approval for a gory slasher film than having the involvement of this master filmmaker. This is not the best film in the known universe, and the equal balance of comedy and horror somehow imbalances the whole. But considering the Foo Fighters are a bona fide world-class rock band and not trained actors, they do a great job. Measured against the very best films in this decidedly strong category of horror comedy, or comedy horror as may be more apt, Studio 666 is in the lightweight division. But when compared to recent slasher requels that have appeared in the form of Scream, Halloween Kills, and the latest version of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, this rock band in a haunted house movie is much more original and refreshing as a concept. The special effects and gory visuals are also of a high quality. A strong nod to Carpenter's The Fog is invoked to good effect, and there are genuine laugh-out-loud moments via the cameos from the aforementioned maestro himself, alongside Kerry King and none other than soul legend Lionel Richie, which all make for some very entertaining scenes. The story is a bit predictable and goofy, but in all honesty, a lot of horror movies suffer from this tendency, so Studio 666 does well to hold its own. There is also great support from Garlin, alongside Whitney Cummings, Leslie Grossman, and Will Forte, who all add to the authenticity of the movie, reminding us that this isn't just a vehicle for the Foo Fighters to goof off in, but a genuine stab at producing a decent Hollywood film that just happens to star the band. As a longtime fan of Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters, I have to say I enjoyed this one. Each member of the band brought the ingredients necessary to pull off a convincing movie version of themselves. And if you ever wanted to see Pat Smear become plain old Blood Smear, this is just the ticket for you. In the light of recent news about drummer Taylor Hawkins passing away, I couldn't help but feel a little sad that this bright talent is no longer around to enjoy the ride. His performance matches Grohl's as a convincing and humorous character who is equally at home in front of a movie camera as he is sitting behind his drum kit. Any fans of the band and or light-hearted horror films will probably enjoy this one. If you don't expect too much from it, you might be pleasantly surprised by this original and funny film.
Wait. It's called Everlong, and you wrote it about 20 years ago.
Well, that's it for this review. Please leave me a comment and let me know what you thought of the video, and I hope you can join me again on another Film in 5 from More Movies. So, what did you think of Studio 666? Why not leave me a comment and let me know? And don't forget to like, share and subscribe right here on YouTube. And for more articles and reviews from us, check out our website, moremovies.co.uk. And why not join us on social media? We're at More Movies for you across the board. If you really enjoy what we do, you might consider supporting us at buymeacoffee.com or becoming a patron over at patreon.com. All the links are in the description below. And for more filmtastic videos from us, check one of the links on screen now.